Good morning, Captains. It's me, TONIK TZW. I really should not be recording this video because it's the 22nd of December. My house is upside down. My mum arrives this afternoon, and I haven't wrapped a single present yet. But we'll get to that as soon as we've done this video. We've called this one Desperate Times. Who, what, where, when, win, I think. I'm here in the Z-52 legendary destroyer that was a Bureau project, if I remember correctly. And there's my build. I'm running Eric Bay with Sims and Swirsky. So we've got some concealment, we've got some extra hit points, and those extra hit points always come in useful. What I do want to do is give a massive shout out to Henny XX, I think it is, there in the BA Montana. And again, my apologies for this game, Henny, because you played an absolute blinder. Now, you'll notice that there's only one destroyer in the game. It's also a Z-52. And given that there's one destroyer, the chances are that he has spawned in the center. You can see there that I'm located. And because my thoughts was, okay, if he's going to go into B cap, I'm going to push center left, and I'm going to go for A cap and then spot A and B and come back for B and hopefully get onto that destroyer at some point. He obviously had the same idea because as I'm heading off in this direction, I'm looking at what's going on. I'm thinking he's either going to sneak in on the corner of that island for the cap, or is he tracking me with the same idea? Get rid of the destroyer, and it gives your team the advantage. I say it in many of the videos now, but guys, listen up. Your destroyers are your eyes for this game now. It is really, really important that you keep your destroyers alive. I will guarantee you that 9 times out of 10, the team that has destroyers alive at the end of the game is the team that is going to win. They are fast, they are stealthy, they are maneuverable, they can hit very hard. And in a game of domination where caps are king, as always, they are the ones that can get around the map and flip those caps and give your team the advantage. I get spotted there. It's the Z-52. My turret traverse is awful here. Now, this guy is going to make a mistake because, well, I'm going to make a mistake too because I'm going to sail face first into an island. Now, I'm not going to damage control immediately. I'm going to wait till I drop into smoke, and then I'm going to put my sonar on. There's the first set of torpedoes. So he was going to get torpedoes on, which is why I managed to get a couple of salvos on. I do have a slightly quicker reload on this than he does, I think. Now watch, I'm constantly moving, and he is still in the water. You know, he's dead stop. He's not moving. His engine must be out. This is one of the reasons that I run unstoppable on all my destroyers, is because at this range, with him so close, my damage control is greatly reduced, and that means that I can keep moving. Now there's a Minotaur taking pot shots at me there. Here come these torpedoes. I'm thinking, am I going to catch one? There we go. I can't remember if it's a Minotaur and a Des Moines, but something out there has got radar. So I'm going to turn away and get off this cap because everybody is just hugging rocks at the moment and contesting that cap. And I decide the destroyer's out of the way. The Conqueror is on his own in the center of the map now. We've dropped off radar. And I'm thinking, okay, do I push Bravo? Do I turn around and go back for Alpha? We're going to put some torpedoes out towards that minnow. Don't know if we land anything on that, actually. Excuse me, I got a sniff. As I said, it is very early on Saturday, the 22nd of December, 2024. I've got a cup of tea in my hand. But here we go. We've got to push on to B because the Conqueror knows that he's without support now. I'm using my torpedo indicator. Again, a tip for new destroyer players. Use your torpedo indicator on a spotted target. You can see which direction he's heading. You can see if he's moving towards you or away from you. It's a really, really useful tip. So use that one. So we're on this cap. We are going to get it flipped. The guys across there on A have managed to flip that. The guys on C have flipped that. It is still only one ship down each. And I'm thinking, okay, we have got control of this game now. We have all three capture points. We've gotten rid of their destroyer. And I'm thinking, who can I get onto? The Conqueror is backing out. We know that we've got this battleship here on our left side there. He's backing up from behind that island. And I'm thinking, okay, you're backing up. You're a constant speed. That is easy target for torpedoes. We're going to put them out there, but we can't get turned quite tight enough here. So we're looking at our range ring now, at where our detectability is, and are we going to be able to stay undetected if he comes out from behind that rock? Conqueror appears to be moving, so we're not aiming exactly at the torpedo indicator. And just before those torpedoes hit, somebody else takes that guy out. So it could have been a kill, but I don't mind. Guns off the map is good for me. And here you'll notice that the two cruisers are just outside my main gun firing range, which means they can't spot me. And because the largest part of my ship is hidden behind this island, the Conqueror can't see me either. Now, I can't get all my turrets on, but I can get some of my turrets on, which is good for me. And the Conqueror is very, very busily engaged with the guys to his front. My torpedoes are going to force him into a turn, which means instead of being able to bow tank, he's going to open up a little bit of his broadside, and we're just going to give him a little indicator that we are here, because we know that his guns aren't looking directly at us. The guys on A cap, sorry, not on A cap, on C cap have called for help, and I'm like, yes, okay, I'm on my way. And like all good teams that call for help and their destroyer goes charging towards them to give them all the help they need, they all decide that they're going to turn and run away. And if you look sort of mid-center on the minimap, you'll see that there's a battleship running away as fast as he can go. That is the Vermont. Yeah, you'll see what his performance was like on the results screen. But those two cruisers on the left, you know, the Minotaur's like tucked in tight behind an island. But sometimes, guys, honestly, you've got to grow a set of balls and just push. Yes, people are going to take damage. Yes, somebody might get sunk. But if you can force those guys out into open water, you can get them out from behind that cover, and then other ships can get shots onto them. Now, I fluffed my torpedoes here a bit because, yeah, I thought they were going to continue pushing south. We lost the cruiser. The Vermont is still running. So even though I've come across here to help everybody, everybody else is still running away. And I'm like, this is not a good spot to be in. Thinking of popping shots at that St. Louis, but that guy there, I think it was an Awami. Yeah, we got the Awami, and we got two of the battleships behind, so I decide not to pop my smoking gun at the St. Louis because I don't think anybody else would have a line of sight on them. But the Awami turns before my torpedoes get there. We lose a Vermont from somewhere else. A battleship at the bottom of the map is still running round the island, and I'm thinking, come on, guys, take that St. Louis out. But no, they're shooting at the Awami. It's like, why? Why? Yeah, it is the who, what, why, where, when, win situation. Now, I'm looking, and I really want to get guns on these guys. I want to get torps on these guys. They don't know I'm here. I'm literally 100 meters from detection. This guy's burning, and my torpedo reload is coming up again in like a few seconds. We popped the smoke. We're going to try and get another fire on this guy, force him into a damage control on double fires. We fire the torps there, and he is going to be going balls to the wall because he knows he has a destroyer on his flank now, but he's bow in. and charging towards B cap. And I'm like, okay, I know there's two of the battleships here. I know there's a cruiser here. This is not a good spot to be in. But there's the fire. But unfortunately, I don't think our torpedoes are going to land. So I run my sonar. The reason I'm running my sonar here is just to see if there is anything close to me before I drop out of this smoke screen. I've used all my smokes, so the old trick of doing sonar and smoke is no longer useful for this game. But there's that cruiser pushing back in. We lose, what is it, the Navarin to the Awami, and that Awami is just going to ruffle stomp on those guys. Um, God, I don't know what was going on with this game. But the one thing that I noticed in watching the video back, because I do watch a lot of the gameplay back before I record it, because I'm looking at lessons that I can share to help people learn to play better. Now, if you look at the position, we hold A and B cap, but all of our ships have gathered in the center of the map. They haven't taken care of the cruiser that's on the left flank, and they're obviously getting pushed from the right flank. And that means that even though they've got some islands in the way, those guys have got themselves in a crossfire from two directions. That is not where you want to be. What they could have done is pushed further to the left. They could have taken out that cruiser, dragging red team across the map with them. That would have allowed me to sneak in here to Charlie Cap and take it. But by sitting in the middle of the map, as I said, they're crossfired from the left and the right, and they are literally sitting ducks. It is a turkey shoot. And I'm going to push in because even if I can just contest this cap, what it does mean is that red team will not be earning any points on it, but they have got a ship onto A cap now. That's the cruiser that they haven't taken care of. It's the cruiser that has got a crossfire onto them. Those guys can't move. They're sitting in the middle of the map. They could have backed up. They could have pushed left. We lose our Zhao, who was probably the one ship that was capable or in a position to push against that Minotaur. And here comes the Saint Louis. Saint Louis, I think, as they would say in French. And look, even though he was practically dead a few minutes ago, he's had a chance to pop his heels, and now he knows exactly where I am. Those two guys, I'm going to say the Colbert, obviously the cruiser there that's left, he did have a pretty awesome game because he's going to finish second for our team. So he's played a very good kiting game, but plonking themselves in the middle of the map is not going to do these guys any favors. And as you saw from early in the game, we had a pretty solid advantage on caps, on ships, on points. We've still got a 200-point lead, but red team are pulling it back. They are pulling it back hard. I'm on just under 100,000 damage, and I'm thinking, okay, what can I do? I can't go up against the San Luis because he will just gun me down. Do I push back across and head for B cap and try and get one of these battleships out of the way, or get onto the cap? But the Colbert there, he's having a good fight. He's kiting. He's probably doing everything he can to keep that cap reset. But unfortunately, he's going to run face first into the island, and he is going to disappear because that Montana, as I said, I think it's Henny XX. He is going to pick himself up a Kraken, a Confederate, and a Dev Strike on the Colbert. Another tip for players is if there's a ship on the enemy team who is having a very, very good game of it, and he is the one that is wrecking your team, focus fire him. Put as much fire onto that guy and as much damage onto that person. I say guy, could be girl, could be somewhere in between. But at this point, the game's lost, right? Red team have all the caps. They're going to have a point advantage. In the time that's left on the clock, they will pull the win. That was at least until that torpedo hit. I take an absolute knock from it. But with 40 seconds left to play on the clock, it was a win it or bin it moment. There was nothing that I could do to contest the caps and take them back. There wasn't sufficient time left to take those caps. I did message that cruiser and had a brief chat with him and said, you did not need to chase me down. You had the caps, you had the points, time was in your favor, and literally you died unnecessarily and you cost your team the game. But there's the Yamato. We're going to give him a two-finger salute at the end of the game, finishing on 114,000 damage. 2 kills, 1 assist. We got the first blood there. We get 1 cap assist as well. We did what we could, but yeah, there we go. Henny XX there, top of the team for red team. 2,451. That would have been pretty close to a 3,700 game. He picks up his Kraken. Looking at the base XP scores for win and defeat, it doesn't seem that many people had a bad game there, but who did deserve to win it? Well, I don't know who deserved it, but the fact of the matter is we won it, and that was an absolute clutch. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. I'm going to get on with the housework now, get sorted out, and try and be ready for Santa coming down the chimney in 2 days' time. Take care of yourselves. Have an awesome holiday season. Merry Christmas to everybody. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.